Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a tutorial about the Nimbus screenshot and screen video recorder. I'm making it using Nimbus, so I had to do some improvising so that I can show you some of the capabilities. I really love this screenshot and screen video recorder. Not overly familiar with some of the others. I've heard good things about other recorders, but I fell in love with this one when I found it. So I just want to share some of the things that I've found about it and how maybe it can help you. Since I'm recording right now using Nimbus, I had to do some screen prints so that I could show you the menu and kind of the options that you have with Nimbus. So what I have here is just a screen print of the menu screen. You can see on my computer up here in this top right corner, there's kind of a red bullseye that's indicating I'm recording right now. But when you look at my print screen, you can see that it's just a little N added to the right of my Omnibox. So Nimbus is in the Chrome Web Store. It's just an extension, so it's easily accessible anytime you're using Chrome. And then it does have kind of some outside of Chrome capabilities that I'll talk about in a little bit. So I'm just going to go through the menu, tell you a little bit about them and how you can use them, what they can do, and how it might help you. The easy one is just going to go through different types of screenshots you can do initially. So visible part of the page, this is kind of your standard screen print where you just get the information that it's right there. It'll give all of it. If you're on a website, this might include ads or comments or menus or other information. It's just your standard screenshot. The second one is capture fragment. I thought this one was really cool because what it does is it somehow senses and automatically figures out different sections to whatever website you're on. So when you choose this menu and then you move your cursor around, it puts a little black box around different sections, and it kind of guesses what you might want based on where your cursor is. It makes it really quick to screen capture something. You know if it's kind of blocked off, or even if it doesn't appear to be blocked off. If you use this feature, it'll give you a really nice rectangular shape with the item that you want. But getting even better, then we have the selected area. And so what the selected area does is it gives you more control over that rectangular area that you're getting. Sometimes with capture fragments, you might have some words maybe in the middle of your screen that you want. And when you use capture fragment, it might take wider than what you ideally wanted. It might take as wide as your browser or your desktop when the words you wanted are much narrower than that. In that case, you'd want to use selected area, in which case you can choose the specific area that you want. Selected and scroll builds on that. What I found with many screenshots is that you have to take multiple screenshots in order for it to all fit. With selected and scrolled, you get to choose kind of the width of your area, and then you can scroll through your page to make that a longer item. So if you're trying to get part of an article or some sort of image that's longer than your viewable area, you can use that selected and scroll. The delayed screen I have not used yet. I haven't got to play with it a whole lot. I think what the benefit of a delayed screen, though, is that if you wanted to move things around before it took the image, you could use that one. They do have the ability, even though it's in Google Chrome, it can record your desktop as well. That is one of the settings. So maybe with a delayed screen, you set it up to take a screenshot, but then you need to move like different browsers out of the way, in which case using that delay would help you or allow you to. This entire page that goes where it'll be your entire desktop area, real quick picture, and then the browser window would be just inside the Google Chrome browser. Both of these have their benefits. I really like the idea of this browser window one because you don't have to crop out the tabs at the top of your page or worry about what's down here at the bottom of your page. It'll only be what's inside that browser. And most of the time, that's all we want. We don't want the, added on computer stuff. We just want the information or the image that we are looking at. So blank screen, I found this one very interesting for a screenshot item. You actually can upload your own picture and then do some editing on that. I'm going to talk about editing in a little bit, but this is unique because maybe you have something that you saved previously that you want to do some editing on, or cropping or something of that sort. You can do that right here through blank screen. So that's a good positive, definitely a use that some people might have. Recording video, there's two options under recording video. You can record your entire desktop, or you can record just the tab. So again, both of these are tremendously helpful. I've most often used that tab one because I don't have any editing to do. I can have my 25 tabs open with all my information and not worry about having to then share all that with everyone. Not that I always have 25 tabs open, but sometimes with research I do. But it's just that tab is great. It's useful. It makes your page much more specific. There's no distractions going on elsewhere in the page. But like with a tutorial like this, where I want to record outside of the tab, I use my desktop recording because I'm going to be moving some browsers around in a little bit. So then we have our Android version. I have not used that yet. I don't even have this on my phone. I do all my editing on my computer, so I haven't really explored that way. I'm guessing it's just as great as everything else. And maybe I'll look into it in a little bit, or maybe you can and let me know what you think. And then at the bottom of your menu is this action after capture. I've always kept mine on edit because I can view it and make sure it's something I like. But the other options on there is to either download it straight to your computer, or you can save it to Nimbus has a cloud, or Google, or there's one or two other items that you can automatically save it to. That's nice because then when you're finished, you don't have to worry about where did it go, did it get saved, did you accidentally delete it, etc. So I'm going to show you the really great editing you can do here. You can do this editing with any of these items. You can add it onto any of the screenshots, which I'm going to show you. And I believe with the recording video, there are some editing options as well. So for my example, I used the capture fragment. So what I actually did is I went to my Google Drive and I just chose an image that I wanted. I was able to come here to the page, and since I did capture fragment, I put my mouse over the picture, the little black box appeared, which is not doing now because I'm not in that setting. But then I clicked on it and it instantly brought my picture to a new tab. And then I was able to edit in my image here. So it brought the picture over through that screenshot. And then I was able to add some text. I was able to draw on my image. And then I actually, if you look closely, I could easily blur out my license plate and then my address tag up here as well. These tools are really great, especially for us teachers. I can see myself using that really easy to use blur for any students who do not, are not allowed or don't want their picture on the internet or in a video or on a screen capture. You can also use that to blur out students' names or personal information in case you're sharing some student examples. Really easy to use, very built in, and from here I can go ahead and save and download this image and be ready to go. There's other tools up here as well. I can actually resize my image up here. I can do some background changes. I can do other tools, shapes, arrows, a lot. Actually, I was really impressed when I found this. I can crop this image again and make it of a different size. So the editing capabilities built directly into Nimbus, really strengthen it. I would definitely say that. I have worked with some other screenshots where you had to edit it in a different software. They worked well for getting the image, but then what you can do with it, Nimbus has it all, right here in one. So some ways that I could definitely see using Nimbus in my classroom, whether it's a screenshot or recording a video, I could see giving my students a problem and then kind of using Nimbus as almost a podcast platform. They can work on a problem and voice what they're thinking and to discuss or walk me through their process for solving, and then they can save it and submit it to me just like that. They can easily upload it to YouTube and share it from there. Nimbus works well, really easy to upload it to YouTube. But like I said, that could be with a screenshot or a video. And then I could also see myself using this to give feedback back to students. So if they submit some sort of digital work to me, I have the ability to screenshot and give comments back right away. You know, I can use those editing tools to give them feedback and to discuss kind of how they did. I have not done this yet. It's just an idea. I think it would work very well for some of the assignments or tasks that I give in my class. So just recap those 3 items I'd use for this in my classroom. I'd use this for, you know, sharing student examples, being able to edit out names, faces, images, etc. I would use it for students to submit work to myself, and then I would use it to give feedback to the students. So I'd love to say that Nimbus is perfect. Not necessarily so. It's great. I'm going to continue using it. I don't imagine using other ones, but some other smaller issues that I've noticed with it. The one and the only negative I could give it is under this record video. It does have a delay, which is awesome because you don't have to click the button and immediately start talking right away. It does have a 3-second countdown, so I appreciate that from Nimbus. However, I have found that there are some issues sometimes with it cutting off the first word or the first part of a word. I'm not sure if that's a built-in sensor for Nimbus where it's trying to delay or it's trying to listen for when you start talking and then it begins. I've made a couple videos and I've noticed that a time or two. So I'm still experimenting with it and hoping that, you know, kink will kind of work itself out. But that's the only negative I found from it. I did think of one other thing I forgot to say. When doing, which one did I do? The entire page. Yes, when I did an entire page. I was actually coincidentally on Facebook. And if you have Facebook, you know that that news feed goes on for quite a long time. This entire page screenshot actually automatically scrolled down through my Facebook and made it all into one screenshot. I was just amazed by that because I've not seen that before. Not that I need an entire screenshot of a Facebook news feed. It was completely accidental, but it was a really nice find. So I just wanted to mention that because like I said, a lot of times I've worked with language arts staff who wanted to have a screenshot of an article so that they could do some annotating and display that for students. You know, they weren't using it to make copies or to redo anything, but to actually be able to write on it. If you've had a smart board, you know that the smart ink tools don't always work the nicest in certain programs. They work the best in Smart Notebook. So you could use this entire page screenshot to get one smooth, nice screenshot of an entire article, get it into your Google or into your, Smart Notebook, and then you can do your annotating right there without having to take a bunch of screenshots just to get that entire article in there. So definitely worth a shot if you think that's something you need. I think I've mentioned enough pros for now. I really hope that you learned something new. Maybe you didn't know about Nimbus before. I definitely didn't until I was kind of digging a little bit deeper for some tutorial tools. But I hope I've been clear and concise. I hope I helped you learn it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, guys.